Good evening, and welcome to Congo Children's Corner. I am your host this evening, Butch Ingram, along with,
Quadia Muhammad.
and we're filling in for Kim, who will be here very shortly. So for those of you who are waiting for her, no worries, she will be here with us. We have an exciting show for you this evening. First part of our segment of our Congo Children's Corner, we have a wonderful student from Del Castle High School, who is a junior, and she's doing some wonderful things. And we also have Reverend Perry, who is the executive minister and youth pastor at Bethel AME. So we're excited about them being here this evening, and we'll move right into talking to them. How are you, ladies?
Great.
Great.
Yes, excited to be here.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you for having us.
That's good. Maya, so I understand you're a junior at Del Castle. What's it like being a junior at Del Castle?
Well, as people say, this is the hardest year, and they were totally right. It's hard, but I'll get through it.
Get through it.
Now,
We-
what's your shop?
Medical assisting.
Oh, okay. So what classes are you taking?
Right now I'm taking chemistry and Spanish.
Ah, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah.
So not quite ready with the
Not
Spanish.
quite.
Yeah? That's okay. You'll get it as time
Yes.
goes on. You'll get it as time goes on. So what do you like? What do you like most about Del Castle?
I like the teachers and the bond that we have at Del Castle students.
That's good. That's good. So I understand you had a competition that you recently were a winner in.
Yes, it was the Martin Luther King Communications Contest. Won second place.
Second place. That's good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. That's good.
Thank you.
So what did you have to do for that?
I had to write a speech about Black history and Martin Luther King and how that ties in together. It had to be like 5 minutes.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Now, was this your first time performing
Yeah.
or writing a speech?
Yeah.
In second place, that's no small feat. Do you think it's something that you'll continue on?
Yeah, I think it was a great opportunity and great experience. So yeah.
Okay, and what was your inspiration for your speech? Was it something that you've experienced or something in the community?
The stuff I see around the community and how this life right now is.
Mm-hmm. But you're making it through, isn't that right,
am.
Maya?
Yes, I am.
Yes, and you have a great name there.
Yeah.
That's going to work. So do you want to share with us a little bit of your speech there?
yeah.
All right.
Say something. Yeah. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when it's all said and done, we will be sure. We will be sure. Listen, hey you, come sign this petition. It is supporting all lives matter because everyone feels victimed. Everyone feels like we're living in a broken system. They say America is a rich man's vision, but a poor man's prison. So we sing our song full of faith that the dark past will give us grace. And we sing that same song full of hope that the presence has brought us a time to vote. Vote. See, all power is in our hands to make them understand that we stand. We stand for the right to fight, freedom band. It is important to understand that his vision and his plan was to have generations think of a master plan to uphold the unity in our community while fighting this war of poverty so that we can unite in liberty. Violence has taken over our community. We need to carry out Dr. King's dream without defiance. They say 302 guns down, love our enemies. For one day, they will become compliant. For freedom will ring in our nation. Racial profiling is acting out. They say whites are the only ones who matter. I say blacks do too. Our black men, women, and children. Dr. King did not want to see this nation's despair. We see injustice, impurities, lack of community support, financial problems, and families broken. But we really should care about all our men, women, boys, and girls. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. This nation will be ours. Whether it is to dream that our justice systems will be fair, there will be more support systems for the youth. Children will not be abused by their parents. We will not be judged by society by the way we look or dress. There will be less violence and more reading of books. As Dr. King stated, one day, I have a dream. I have a dream that one day my children will live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. My dream is that one day I will not be judged by the color of my skin, but by the content and my ability to become a doctor. The Birth of a New Nation. What a novel thought. The birth of a new nation, where Martin fought for years, blood, sweat, and tears. Fought with dignity and nonviolence, don't you see? He wanted us to stand for something, not fall for anything. Have a voice, use it or not, it is your choice. Be a good Samaritan, help one another. Communicate without profanity. Don't you see I'm being sincere? Follow Martin's ways, my sisters and my brothers. And most of all, stay united. This negligence has to stop. I'm sick of us being divided. We are the next generation keeping up his legacy. It is up to you and me. He had a dream and we have to live it out. Whether it is to have parents raise their children in the same home. Nobody left alone. Families together, regardless of the weather. So no more excuses, no more delays. This quest starts now, for victory will ring. Because one day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when it's all said and done, we will be sure. We will be sure.
That was awesome.
Very good. First place for me.
Yes.
That was good. That was really good. Probably took you a little while to prepare something like that too.
Yeah, it did. Let me see. I had like a month, was it? A month to prepare for it. Yeah, it was baby steps, but I made it.
Very good. Dedication, and you got it done. I really like that. That's pretty good.
I did, and it was very powerful and
Absolutely.
poignant and relative to what's going on today. I mean, as a young person, when you internalize all those things, you said that, first of all, I'm amazed that this was your first time writing poetry, you said?
Yes.
And I mean, you really were able to put all your feelings and thoughts to pen. And I'm sure what you shared is also echoed a lot by other young people, and they're not able to verbalize it. So how are you addressing and being victorious in our journey when we are, fighting against so much injustice?
I just keep my head high, Go to church. I believe
That's
in God, My right hand.
There you go.
Right. That's right.
That's great, and that's a great segue into you there, Reverend Perry from Bethel. So I appreciate you coming up. So that was perfect
Thank
way.
you. She makes us proud.
She makes you
Yes.
proud. Very
Makes
good,
us proud.
and I can understand. Mom's probably very proud of you. Yeah, talked to her a little bit this right before the show, so she seemed pretty excited about that. So Reverend Perry, if you kind of just thanks for coming. First of all,
Thank you
appreciate
for
that.
having me.
You can kind of talk to us just about a couple of things or a few things that may be going on with the youth ministry down there at Bethel, or some things that Bethel are doing.
Sure. We have a very active youth ministry at Bethel. We have over 10 youth ministries specifically. The great thing about Bethel is that you don't necessarily have to be a member of our church to participate in our youth activities. So we have Girl Scouts, we have Thursday Club, which is a boys mentoring program. They meet every Thursday from 6:30 to about 8 o'clock, depending on their activity. They do anywhere from raps, and it's all males, 8 to 18. So no women are allowed, unfortunately. Occasionally they'll let me come in and speak, but it's a sacred environment that they've created. And so the thought was to create an environment where boys can be boys and boys can discuss boys type of thing, male-related issues with men. And so that they do that every week. 1 week they may go to the movie theater, and then have a rap session afterwards about whatever movie they saw. Another week they may go to a basketball game. They do Bible study as well. So it's structured where they'll do some type of personal development twice a month, and then they do an activity twice a month, and we feed them. And so if a young person is having issues at home, at school, our mentors there are really good about creating that space that you just you talked about when you're internalizing something and you're dealing with so much. It's their sacred space. So Thursday Club, we also have the equivalent Young Ladies of Radiance, which is our girls mentoring group. They meet once a month, every fourth Sunday. We just actually just had a sleepover at the church a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, she said she missed it. We have a lot of fun, and really that just started as a way to, sometimes church can be not as fun as we would like it to be. And so we try to really make church fun. And so that came about because the kids wanted to just have a sleepover. My house wasn't big enough for all of them to come. So we say, you know what, let's just bunk out at the church and have fun. And so we stayed up all night and we talked, we played hide and seek. Don't tell our trustees, but we just have a good time. We also have youth choirs as well. We have Sunday school. We have children's church on Sunday. Did I miss any? And our young people's department, absolutely. Maya is actually an officer in our young people's department, and that's our leadership training. And they meet once a month, every first Friday, and it starts at age 4 to 18. Actually, they go to 25, but we are still developing our 19 to 25 age group. But they come, they learn about the AME Church, and we use it as our leadership training. So they run the meetings, they choose the activities. They also, every year, they get to travel to, as a connectional church, we are affiliated with churches all over the world. But in our district, our churches run from New England all the way down to Delaware and Bermuda. So we rotate conferences every year. So this year, they'll be going to upstate New York for their annual conference.
Sadly.
And they're looking, everybody likes going to Bermuda.
Oh, I'm sure.
So,
I like going to Bermuda.
so that's next year, I think.
From New York to Bermuda.
That's next year. But yeah, we come and we just have a great time. We also have, recently, we partner with Bancroft Elementary School.
Awesome.
We have a homework program called the Daisy Jackson Tutorial Program, where it started.
Why is it named after Daisy Jackson?
Daisy Jackson is one of our former members. She's gone home to be with the Lord, but she started the program to be an outreach. We believe at Bethel that the church is at its best when it goes beyond the four walls of the church.
Yes.
And so that particular program, she wanted to give an environment where kids could come do their homework and be fed. And so it would alleviate parents having to feed their children dinner if they work late, and just running the streets. And so in I believe it was early 90s, she started the program. And what we found as the program grew is that most of our members were taking advantage of it. So we went back to the committee and said, hey, let's go back to our original mission, which was to go beyond the four walls of the church. And so the committee said, we have a space issue here. And so I went to Mr. Ingram and said, hey, would you guys be open to partnering with us? And so we're so grateful and happy that he said yes.
The beauty of living in Delaware.
And then being modest,
Yes.
Bethel has been very supportive of Bancroft and, and the students over there on the east side. And they do a lot of wonderful things for them. So
Yes.
we were definitely open to that because they've been so wonderful to us. We want to make sure that we're able to support them and what they're doing.
Absolutely.
But also use it as an opportunity to, again, reach out to the community. Any parent I would imagine any parent would want a safe environment for their child to go after school. So, and so they expressed that that was a need as well. So we thought it would be a great marriage.
Yes. God bless Miss Daisy.
Yes,
I'm sure she was
yes.
an awesome woman.
Yes, actually, I think I was an undergrad when she was at Bethel, so I never had a chance to meet her. But
But her
I'm
legacy
so the
lives
same.
on.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. And we'd like to hear from a youth perspective why young people should attend Bethel and be involved and, again, commit to being in the community. No pressure.
None at all.
Yes. Because, Congo Children's Corner, we're all about reaching youth, so it's always nice to hear from someone that's in the trenches.
Well, Bethel has a lot of activities for the youth. Like, it's not all for the older people. Older people. Trying to keep it safe. So yeah, and it's a lot of children that go there, so there's always something for them to do. Because when you sit in church, you kind of be bored sometimes. And so children want to move around and stuff. So we have activities like Sunday school. And then, so like she said, so you won't be on the streets because most kids these days like to hang around the streets. Come to church, there's an activity, YPD. Get fed, activities, fun, you know.
You get to
Sleepovers.
travel.
Right.
Get to travel, yeah. It's just kid welcoming, I'm guessing. Like,
I like that kid welcoming
Kid welcoming.
from a kid. And what have you learned being an officer in YPD? How's that helped your leadership skills?
well, I'm a treasurer.
That's a very
So,
important
like-
job.
Helps me
Handling
count
the
money.
money.
That's
Yeah. So it helps me do.
okay.
Can you talk about your experiences at the annual meetings?
Yes.
Okay. They're like all day meetings, and they're like little workshops, and I don't really know how to explain them. Like, you go there and they have activities, and then you talk about like YPD and have like little business. Like you have to say you agree with something, and then state I, and like
Robert's
some-
Rules of Order.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very important though. If you learn
Yes.
that as a youth, it will take you far, little lady.
Yeah, but they're fun, and then like afterwards, you have a party with each other.
The favorite part. That's where the
favorite.
adults you all really have. You have to be on cue, don't you, Reverend
Absolutely. No
Perry?
sleep that night.
Okay.
Well, anything you want to share or shout out anybody as we move on to our next guest?
Shout out to my mother and my grandmother and kids at Dell Castle. Yeah.
Reverend Crandall, you wanted to share something?
Yes, this weekend on Saturday we will be hosting Richard Smallwood and Vision. So we want to invite everyone out. If you're not familiar with his music, just Google him. I'm sure you know at least 1, 2, 3 of his songs. So it's at the Grand Opera House. The tickets are $50 for general admission. VIP, which comes along with the reception, they are $75. Tickets are $75. So we would love to have anyone. I know the committee's actually meeting right now. I know the tickets are going pretty fast. So again, it's this Saturday, 4 p.m. We would love to have you all. Invite anyone who would like to. If you need more information, feel free to call the box office or you can call Bethel.
Perfect.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
And we thank you both for coming on the
Yes.
show. You keep
Thank
up
you.
the great work and keep writing and singing.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you keep doing those wonderful things down there at Bethel and keeping those youth involved. They definitely need that. We
Yes.
appreciate it.
Thank you again for having us.
All right, we'll be right back with our next guest. Stay tuned.
Hi, and welcome back. Excited?
Absolutely.
Hey. So now it's time to cheer, right? Because we have some athletes with us and famous. You know, this is in Wilmington. There's some people who are just infamous, right? So this is one of those families. So do I just say the Morris family?
Yeah,
Welcome.
that's fine.
Yay! So I know we have it kind of split up here, but let's start with the first generation here. Welcome. So everybody knows you. So just tell us something. Tell us what everybody, in case somebody doesn't know, tell us a little bit of background. And then if you don't tell us something that nobody knows, we're going to get one of them to tell us something that nobody knows. So, whew, putting on the pressure.
Well, it's an honor to be here. I've been excited about this all day. Couldn't concentrate. Although I didn't think I was going to be on. I was happy to see them coming on. But I'm Larry Morris, and I've been a youth worker in the city for many, many years. I was mentored in my 20s by Sammy Ernest Congo. And it's been a joy. I now work for Congressman John Carney.
All right.
And so this is my family. I'm so proud of each one of them. They have a number of accomplishments on and off the athletic arena. And so it's just a joy to be here.
All right. Yeah, so now your contribution to this stardom, what do you think was your contribution?
Mine?
Yeah.
I was Tiana's coach.
So that made you happy?
I coached Tiana. I coached boys. Actually, I began to good at coaching in my early 20s because I couldn't wait to have my sons and I could really show them how. And when I had my children, I had 3 daughters. So I was coaching boys when I noticed Tiana wanted to be always at the games. So I began teaching her how at 8 years old. And then we developed a program probably when she got to be in the 8th or 9th grade, the Homegirl DBL, the Homegirl Developmental Basketball League. And so that became a family of girls, including a 6-year-old. We didn't take them that young, but at one of our practices, somebody brought a 6-year-old, and we told her to sit up on the bleachers and don't get in the way. But in intermission, she went out and she went on court, and she was so coordinated. I said, "What is your name, honey?" She said, "Khadija."
All right.
So that was Khadija Rustan, who later destroyed the state scoring record and was drafted into the WNBA. So I got my start with Tiana and my other daughters, and then Tiana passed it on to Maya, and then Maya and Tiana passed it on to Mason, and it's going pretty good.
All right. So that's great. And you're being very modest because, I mean, you've touched so many people, so many young people. So I think, we all need to applaud somebody who's just giving back and so modestly. Like you are undercover or try to be undercover and still shine. So
It's
I
been a
definitely
blessing to
applaud
be
you.
able to be around that many young people. And, I know Butch knows what I'm talking about being there. It's just an honor to be able to be in a position to mold some lives,
And just a question for you, maybe you can share. How important do you think that it is to get people involved early?
It's very important. We have children are like flowers, and if you don't keep the weeds away from the flowers, all of a sudden you won't notice where the flowers are. And all of us are born with gifts and talents and skills. And African American children are creative, they have a lot of energy, and if you don't put positive things in front of them, they're going to pick up whatever's in front of them. And so in many cases, that's negative things. And so it is absolutely essential that there be programs and opportunities and mentors for these young people in the city. That's we can talk about doing whatever we can do with the 18-year-olds and the 20-year-olds, but if we don't start reaching these 4- and 5-year-olds, it's just going to be a cycle. It's going to be repeating itself.
And the reason I asked that is because he came by the school. We've had several conversations, me being in the school and him working with the youth, about the opportunities that are available to kids, just to kind of deter them from the negativity and all those things that are happening in the environment that we're trying to keep them away from. So I'm glad that you said that. Thank you very much for that.
That's it. And we see what that positive attention does. So now let's go to mommy. So, all right, so tell us, growing up as a superstar in Delaware.
Well, originally, like he said, I did start early. So instead of being at the playground, most of the time I was at the court and then working out. And as a young person, it's a little discouraging, but seeing the benefits of it, through AAU and high school and college and semi-pro, and then coaching and, giving back, it's definitely rewarding.
For sure. Now, a lot of people, because I know for myself, just getting your child into, for example, an AAU program, how would a parent say, get started? Their child's at home, they don't know what's going on. What do you guys suggest they do?
Well, AAU is kind of like a platform for somewhat established athletes. So it's unfortunate, and it's expensive. So it can be once you decide to put your child in that type of realm, they should have some sort of backing of that particular sport. The two of them have been playing and being personal trained and all types of stuff for years. So AAU is definitely something that we look forward to. But I also work part-time at the Y, and we offer a lot of programs for 3- and 4-year-olds, basketball and soccer and all types of sports. So I would say as a beginning step, definitely do something like that before you reach like the competitive levels of AAU.
All right. All right, so let's get to the next all-star here. Hi.
Hi.
All right, so tell us about the hard work that you have to put in.
Well, since I play 2 sports, I don't really have like a lot of time to do other things, but I would definitely say it pays off. Like all the practices I have and I have to go to instead of hanging out with people, but it really pays off. And yeah.
So what got you into lacrosse? So that's not something everybody does.
Well, I originally planned to play soccer, but a couple of my friends were telling me like basketball players are usually really good at lacrosse, so I was like, I'll try it. And I happen to be good at it, so.
Yeah,
Great.
she's really good.
I might want to add that she had a game at 6 o'clock this evening.
Oh, wow.
And
and
scored
she
still
scored
two
twice.
goals.
All right,
This
congratulations.
is her first year playing.
All right, good girl. So, and that's it. So people see athletes who are just great and don't always think that it's a lot of hard work involved. So you got to make a lot of choices, and sometimes I wonder how you guys do it.
Yeah,
How you balance it?
I do too.
So how does it balance with schoolwork and running around and?
Well, I definitely have to make time for like my schoolwork and my homework, but sometimes I have to do it in school because I don't always have time, like at home because I always have sports and extracurricular stuff.
So you
going
have
on.
to get the best use of your time.
Absolutely.
That's
Time
right.
management.
And she-
That's
Very good.
right. Very good.
And she's actually on the headmaster's list at Caraville Academy. And this one also is on roll at his school as well. So academics definitely come first, even though sports take over our lives.
Right.
It's definitely important to have that backup plan, in place. So I try to stress that with them a lot.
All right. And so how excited are you about Thursday?
I'm excited.
You want to tell us what happens on Thursday?
I turned 16.
All right. And what's the best part?
I get my license.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question. Are you excited about
She's actually a great driver. She's really good driver. But just it's just kind of surreal. She was just my little baby. But it's pretty exciting for her to have that milestone at 16.
Yeah. All right. So let's hear about our awesome, I guess, football player.
Yeah, he's quarterback.
All right.
Well, I like playing for my team, and they taught me a lot when I was like 5. Like I used to be not the quarterback, but I asked my coach, "Can I be the quarterback?" So they let me be it.
That's a very important
That's
lesson
right,
here.
yeah.
Right? Ask for what you want, right?
Go for it.
That's right. Take control of your life. Start young. How old are you?
I'm 6 years and 7 years old.
See now, if a 7-year-old can say, "Hey, give me that right there. I can handle it." I think we should learn from you tonight. You're our example? I think so. I think you're a great example. So you like your schoolwork? What's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math? I love math too.
He's
So
very good at math.
Very good at math? All right. So who's your math teacher?
Well, it's my regular teacher.
What's her
So
name?
my regular teacher's name is Mr. Rocco.
Does he make it fun? What did you do in math that made it so fun and exciting?
Yeah.
You
What do
liked
you
it? He plays
It's a
games?
female.
She,
Mr.
I'm
Rocco.
Sorry about that.
So like we had like these paper bugs. Then we like sort them out, then count them all up in like 5 groups.
All right, see.
Counting and grouping already?
Yes.
Good.
That's a sign of a great teacher, right? Keeping
go.
everybody interested. With what? Paper bugs? Okay.
Use what she had.
That's right. That's right. Well, I thank you, and I think the city of Wilmington thanks you. The state of Delaware thanks you. You guys are really putting us on the map. I'm sure do you have any college You looking at anything? Not really.
Not yet.
Not
I have
yet.
a couple ideas. I had to make a top 25 list for AU
Okay.
so that my
okay.
coach could invite some of the coaches to some of our tournaments, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you two definitely keep up the good work.
That's it.
You're excelling in both areas, academics and athletics, and that's a rare combination to do both. So definitely keep that up.
Yes, sir.
I would like to say that for any individuals or families that are watching out there, that although AAU is for the better player, that they're to search for some opportunities,
Okay.
because it's really important. Whenever you start, whatever age you start at the same level.
Okay.
So if you don't start till the 9th grade, you're going to be learning how to dribble.
Okay.
But if
yeah.
you learn how to dribble at 6 years old, when you get to the 9th grade, now you are able to go to a level. And so it's important to get involved. And our African American children are very gifted, and we just need to search and search to find opportunities for them to let out their energy. And then in a city now where there's a lot of violence and so forth, our children can be saved. We need adults helping.
Yes,
You know,
for
we
sure.
need mentors. We need, your show earlier talked about how Bethel was involved on the east side. Well, a whole lot of churches could be involved in their communities and partner with the school in their neighborhood too. And we just need more. We just can't be satisfied with saying how bad the city is. We
That's
have
right.
to do something, and we can start at a very low level with children who are Mason's age and move up. And for the children out there, don't be afraid to take on challenges. You're not going to be good at the beginning.
That's right.
And then Tiana was on my boys' team, and she would complain to me that the boys did not pass her the ball. And so I'd go, okay, Tiana, when they do pass you the ball, you better do something with it, or you won't pass it back. So she suffered through several years of being the only girl in the City League, but that definitely paid off by the time she started playing with girls, and all the way through. So there's a lot of messages. I mean, we're fortunate. We are very blessed. We're humble about how well our children are doing, but they're putting in work, and they weren't born any different than anybody else. So there are a lot of children out there that could benefit from families getting involved with their churches and so on and so forth. And Parks and Recreation, there needs to be more things for children in the city.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah.
And you have to get out and try it. Like, you
Yeah.
didn't know you'd like lacrosse until you actually tried it. So that's another example. And there's so many things. So there are AAU teams in most sports. So you can surely find your niche. It doesn't have to be basketball or lacrosse or soccer. It may be volleyball. There are a lot of things out there. But until you try it, you're not going to know.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a stigma on black children that football and basketball is their ticket.
Right.
So it's definitely worth looking into and trying different things, drumming, swimming, all types of stuff.
That's it. That's it. All right, you guys, we have to get on to our next guest. You
All
guys
right.
have to come back and just take a whole show. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think you can do that. All right, please stand by. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Welcome back to Congo Children's Corner. So we have a lot of great events going on in this city. Next week, we're very excited. We will be celebrating Delaware Top Model. I didn't even know we had a Delaware Top Model award show until last week. So we're excited to hear from last year's winner. And Maria, you are the founder, president of Delaware Fashion Week, and Jose, you are also assisting. So yes, welcome to the show. Please tell us all about your upcoming events.
Well, Delaware Top Model, it's Delaware Fashion Week altogether is a platform that we're using to bring the youth together. Think about fashion, but more than fashion, we are giving the youth a voice besides just looking beautiful or knowing how to walk or knowing how to model. So Amanda, who is our current Delaware Top Model for the adults,
Yes.
her platform was domestic violence. So
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what it was like being in the program last year, winning, and about your platform.
It was a really great experience. It was the first time I ever did any modeling.
Wow.
So it was nerve-wracking.
Okay.
I was really nervous, but the workshops really helped. That you go to classes, they help you with public speaking, with runway walk, and so that really helped me.
Okay.
Prepare.
And what about your platform? Why did you select domestic violence?
I picked domestic violence because I was in an abusive relationship in high school.
Okay.
So I know all the pain that comes with it, and I really wanted to speak about it because most people don't speak on it. So I wanted to bring some light to the issue.
Definitely good.
Yes.
Definitely gonna appreciate your strength and actually being able to present that for the young ladies out there who definitely need to hear it.
It's watching Amanda and just watching the parents' reaction, just to realize, hold on, my daughter or son can be in an abusive relationship at a young age. I didn't even think about that. So just using the platform, here you are, you're going to think that you're going to see just a fashion show or a fashion event, and then Amanda speaks about her story, and the next contestant speak about their story in the platform. So your mind is just going, and fashion is just, again, it's just a platform to bring you together, but then show you what are our community issues and how can we bring them to light.
Yes. So what caused you to form Delaware Fashion Week and all of these supporting events?
I started with the Prestige Empire, and when I started with Prestige Empire, I just wanted to give back to the community. How can I bring the youth together? Not everyone is meant for corporate America. Not everyone is doing great in school. How can I just plant my seed to get them off the streets? So I started opening my home, and we started meeting, and I would find out what were their talents. So if you wanted to model, I'm like, okay, well, you could act too, so why don't we teach you that, and let's teach dancing. And next thing we know, we were doing short films, we were modeling, we were going to New York, Fashion Week up there, we were going to Baltimore, and one day I said, you know what? Delaware doesn't have a Delaware Fashion Week, let's just get it going. So it's not like this original idea, no one has a Fashion Week anywhere. Of course, there's Fashion Weeks in New York, Philadelphia, main cities. So what is different about Delaware Fashion Week? Again, it's community advocacy, bringing awareness, and more than anything, it's getting these youth off the streets, giving them an opportunity and showing them what it could be like to travel also. Amanda and I went to Puerto Rico for a fashion event, so she got to go to Puerto Rico for the first time.
Yeah.
Now, what was that experience like?
It was a lot of fun. I've never flown before until then, so that was scary, but I had a great time.
I know, and it's a beautiful island, and the people are beautiful, and the food is great, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so tell us about your upcoming event, which is Saturday, April
Yes.
24th. Again, another positive event that we need viewers to support so that we continue to have events such as this.
Yes, thank you for saying that. We do want your support, because it's not just for what you're supporting Delaware Fashion Week per se, but you're supporting the youth.
Yes.
These kids are working very hard. They're doing these platforms. We're going to have Bello Sanchez. He was a contestant for American Next Top Model Cycle 22. So he's going to come. He's going to be our host. And then we have India Colon. She's a community activist.
Yes.
She's also going to be our co-host. So we're making sure we team up people already out in the industry with people learning about the industry, so they could get all that together into a show. And that is on the 24th at the Christiana Cultural Arts Center. That's where we're going to host it at.
And how does one buy tickets?
So you can go to fashionweekdelaware.com.
Okay, yes. So we're very excited about that. Now, we did want to have something fun, so Amanda and Jose are going to show us how to take a proper selfie.
Yes.
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 All right, so Jose, you're up. We have something. So Alvin, our director, he was able to find these pictures for us. All right. And Alvin, where's our favorite one? Yes. So Amanda, when you take a selfie, what do you do? How do you hold your neck? How do you pose?
I fix my hair, and I make sure the lighting's right.
It's all about the lighting,
And
isn't
the
it,
angle.
sister?
And the angle. And you take a lot. And you only pick one that you like.
I know, that's right. Well, you're beautiful, Amanda.
Thank
So I'm
you.
sure it's not that hard. Okay. And Jose, what are your
me.
tips, techniques? Come on.
So, I guess like for a guy, it's kind of different, and I guess it depends if you like smiling or not smiling in a selfie. I don't like smiling. I like smiles, like what Tyra Banks says, like smile with your eyes. So like I don't have my phone, So I'll like hold my phone, and like Amanda said, it's all about angles. So you find like the perfect angle, the perfect lighting, and like what I like to do is like my eyebrow, like I just like raise my eyebrow and like trying to like make it sexy or something. So just like, and just like she said, just take a bunch of them and just choose one.
That is hilarious. Yes.
You take selfies?
I don't. I'm not really into selfies. I'm not.
Just don't ever do the duck face.
That's like tell me about the duck face. What's the duck face?
It's
The
like
grandma picture.
It's like
Oh, the grandma
well,
picture.
yeah, that
oh,
was a
with the
duck face.
person. see, that would be my kind of selfie. With the peace sign. Exactly. Yeah, that would be the cue. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So why? So are you a recent graduate?
No, I'm still in school.
Oh, okay.
I'm in college right now.
Exciting. So what college do you attend?
I was at Del Tech for a while, but I'm looking at other places to transfer out to. So.
But you're continuing with your education, little lady,
Yes.
so that's what's most important.
Yeah.
Yes. And Del Tech is a great school.
Yeah.
Yes. So what are you studying?
Nursing.
Oh, and they have a great program. Yeah.
So I'm trying to see what else there was, what else there is out there.
Okay.
That's good. Very good.
And what about you, Jose?
Right now, I'm not in school currently. Right now, I'm working more with like Maria and like Delaware Fashion Week and
Okay.
like Delaware Top Model, and like just so many more events that we're doing. Like recently, we're gonna start doing this event with the homeless and like opening homes and helping them, feeding them. So much like it's still in the process, but there's so much that's going on, and like we're meeting such like today we actually met 3 homeless guys. It was sad to see, and it's like really like uplifting to see. It was It was funny because they're homeless, but they were like not happy, but they're just not. They weren't so upset. Like they're still like living and trying to like better themselves and everything. But that's definitely like a project we're working on right now.
Well, Maria, I applaud you. Congo Children's Corner applauds you for all your great works and efforts in the community. I like what your website says. You know, Delaware is a small state with big talent.
Yeah.
And you are helping to bring that out. So again, please support Delaware Top Model on April 24th at Christiana Cultural Arts. And this Saturday, be sure to come out to the community cleanup if you're looking for community hours. Another great show.
Absolutely.
Principal Ingram, yes.
It gets better and better.
Indeed. And again, thank you, Kim Congo, for creating this platform where we are able to celebrate Delaware's youth.